Welcome to the second channel and welcome to some FC25 news here for career mode. Some possible news. Now, none of this is confirmed by EM themselves, but as FC leakers are getting more and more intelligent, the leakers are getting a lot better, and the information that are getting leaked is a lot more accurate. So we can go through a couple of things here off of a Twitter page called FGZ News. Claiming to be #1 source news. I don't know how reliable these people are, but hey ho, we're going to take it for granted right now and go through them and talk about some possible big and massive career mode changes coming up and some finally good career mode changes coming up for this next FC cycle here coming in late September. Starting off with a scouting network revamp in career mode, and that you can scout more than 160 countries, which is an increase from last year, which was only 90. And these can actually, you can even focus this even more down for specific roles rather than just like a striker or a left winger. You can go for a false nine, you can go for an inverted winger, stuff like that. This is finally coming to FC25. I don't really care about the specific roles, but the more amount of countries that we can scout, it's a lot better. It's a lot less work for us to having to use the mods that I have been using to scout other countries that aren't in the game. Now we can get a lot more countries that are in the game now finally. Next up, we do have youth players actually looking more like and more aging better and not looking like a young boy the whole entire way through from when they're age 15 all the way up into the age 30. They will age just like you would in real life. So, and they actually will get taller as well. They'll get taller, which is kind of an insane thing. So a 5'5" center back could grow up to be 6 foot. Probably wouldn't be going up to 6 foot, but maybe when he's older in these 28, 29 years, he could reach that 6 foot maximum height there. So that'll be interesting whether or not how much that will affect the game. It does look like this will be the generic Youth Academy screen that we get again, unfortunately, which isn't too bad. It's just a Youth Academy thing. Now, another massive thing, since obviously having 5 subs in most competitions in real life, there will finally be 9 substitutions on the bench, or not 9 substitutions, but 9 players on the bench to kind of equate that 5 subs. We won't have 7 players that we've been having for however long this game has been out. We'll finally have the 9 players, so you can have 2 more players on your bench, which could open up the gates for more opportunities for more players in the later time. Now this one is a little bit of a bigger change. The AI behavior is coming to career mode where they will adapt to how you're playing. If you're playing park the bus, then they will press you. If you are playing a low block against Liverpool's usual tactics, the AI may opt to change formation, act more aggressively, or even take more shots from outside the box, kind of punishing you for sitting on that back line, sitting on the edge of the box, sitting in the box as a straight line, as a back 7, back 5, back 8, like most teams these days do that. They go up 1 goal, and then they just kind of have that incredibly low block, which makes it very frustrating. Now, a massive thing here that we've been wanting forever in Youth Academy is to be able to play with the Youth Academy players that are in the Youth Academy before getting them promoted into the first team, and we can now finally do that to a sense. We can't really do it as like how we've been wanting it for, especially in England, where we have like the not second division, but like the young divisions, like the Premier League 2, which is like the U18s or U21s, one of the two there. We don't have that quite yet, but we do have the new game mode in Rush, which we can play the 5-on-5 game mode in career mode. You can only play with the Youth Academy players, and you can actually choose to play with them at their current rating when they first join the Youth Academy. So let's just say 15 years old, 61 overall, or you can play with them at the max potential, which would be, let's just say 91. You could play with them at 91 to see how good they could be when they grow, if they reach that potential. And obviously dynamic potential would also come to effect as well. This is just an insane thing, so you can see how bad they are, or how possibly good they could be in the future as well, to determine whether or not you want to promote them or even release them, to be honest. And this is everything you need to know about the Rush game mode. It's a brand new 5v5 game mode that is included in all formats of FC25, including kickoff, ultimate team, clubs, but more importantly here for career mode. It comes at the expense of Volta, which will not be returning this year. Volta is no longer here. Matches last 7 minutes in total, with a further 2 minutes and 20 seconds of golden goal played if the scores are leveled. If after that things are still tied, a penalty shootout, will settle it as expected. With being 5-a-side, Rush is actually built with 4 players in mind, with the goalkeeper being AI controlled. So it's really 4-on-4. Well, it's really 4-on-5 if you're playing as a 4. You cannot control the goalie. It seems like there are no fixed positions in Rush, meaning it will be up to you and your teammates to take responsibility and not just all run forward at once. I don't know really what that means. Unlike Volta, Rush utilizes the same core gameplay as standard 11v11 matches, but come with its own subsets of rules. Kickoffs have been reinvented so that each team runs towards the center circle as the ball is reaching to play. Think of it a little bit like the beginning of a game of Rocket League, or even a game like Kings League. If y'all don't know what Kings League is, at some point they kind of all just run to the ball in the middle. Dodgeball, you run towards the balls in the middle. It's kind of how that is going to be played. There are offsides in Rush, but only once you step inside the final third of the pitch, as opposed to the standard halfway line. So you actually have a little bit more room to be offside, which is kind of insane. So yeah, pretty much when you get towards not the edge of the D, but at the edge of kind of the edge of the D, to be honest, there are no red cards in Rush, but this is actually a big thing. But they include blue cards, which will be sin bins, resulting in 1 minute for that player. That timer is reduced by 15 seconds for each opponent scored within that time frame. 2 yellow cards does result in a blue card, so you cannot really be sent off and not be able to be played with. You get that blue card, you get the 2 yellows for that blue card, you are out for a minute, and that is obviously reduced every time the opponent would score a goal by 15 seconds. Penalties are completely different, taken from the final third line. This is MLS penalties coming back into the system here. MLS penalties haven't been a thing for a while now, so MLS penalties from the halfway line, it's a 1-on-1 with the keeper. They do this in hockey still, I'm pretty sure. I think they still do that in hockey. And all Rush matches will take place in custom-built Rush Stadium, built in collaboration with Nike and shaped like the brand's line American football boots. It's futuristic in its design and can even display environmental effects like colorful drone shows. That will be interesting to see. The atmosphere will be absolutely crazy there. But finally, but not least, in FC25 news that is not confirmed yet, board objectives, which have been getting so many people fired, which is why so many PC players and so many career mode players have been trying to get to PC to get the mods so where you can be unsackable. Boards objectives can be customized before you start the career mode. They can make it kind of how you do when you create a club and you actually have the objectives there in create a club, where you can have it all the way low and very easy to very hardish. It's kind of how that is now, but now across every single team, so not just the creative club. So you can do this with Arsenal. You can even disable this feature altogether now, so you can have it where you have no board objectives at all, which is absolutely massive. As long as that does result in less firings, that is massive news, because the board objectives for the longest time now, since they've really been a thing, have been glitched, broken in every single way. Especially the brand exposure, the youth development has always been broken. Even the continental success has been broken as well, where if you're not in the Champions League, it might say to win the Champions League or reach the Champions League final when you just got promoted or you just got into the Champions League for the first time ever. That is absolutely insane for youth academy teams. So yeah, that is all the FC25 news that are kind of relevant at the moment. Now, obviously, none of this is confirmed. More information will be coming out when they do their deep dive sometime in August, probably the first week, second week of August there. And obviously, we'll get more there. But for now, leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.